Hi, I just thought I would give a quick update on my MS. I recently went to my neurologist on last Monday, and it was very cool because I go to the University of Utah, which is a teaching hospital. So periodically, I'll have people come into the appointment with me and my doctor in order to learn more about neurology or what have you. This time, there was a pharmacist who was trying to be a pharmacist and came in, and so she had to know like what drug I was on, if I had any allergic reactions or anything like that. And I'm a special case because I'm allergic to almost all MS medications. So the only one that has been good for me is Tysabri, which is a monthly injection or infusion, I should say. And it has been a lifesaver. So she told me that while I was battling to save my eyesight, it wasn't savable because the tumor or the lesion, that's what it is, it's a lesion, traveled all the way down to my brain stem, and it was irreparable. The damage was irreparable. So hence I'm blind in my right eye. Then she told me that optic neuritis patients usually get anxiety because they don't know where they are in their time and place. And I suffered from vertigo in my last episode, so that magnified my anxiety. And if I can't see where my feet are, I start to panic. So I don't like crowded places, right? And when my husband tries to help me, he picks me up, and therefore I start freaking out on him all the time because I don't feel like I am in my time and place. And that made me feel validated. I feel really weird telling you about this, but yeah, it made me feel validated, and I went home and I was so excited. I had to tell Zach immediately, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful doctor visit. And by the way, I've been going to physical therapy for my rotator cuff, and I told her that I wanted it to be amputated the last time that I went to the doctor, and that they told me that my infusion was, because it was the day of my infusion, and I told the infusion people about my problem, that I wanted to go to Instacare, and they told me no, I had to do my infusion first. And then at Instacare, they told me that my infusion was messing up all their diagnostic stuff. So I was super happy about it, and she just laughed because I don't know a single MS patient who hasn't gotten that, because a lot of doctors will lump everything together about my MS, and that's not necessarily fair, but it's something that happens. And I do recognize that because of my infusion and the medication that I take for my infusion, which is Benadryl and Tylenol, I was very, very tired, and that probably did not help with my attitude or what have you, and I was just frustrated. So yeah, that was an interesting time, and it has gotten a lot better. And the Instacare doctor had actually told me that he thought that that was an episode for me because I had that previously the year before. So I was talking with Julia, my doctor, and she was like, well, what do you think? And I was so grateful that she asked me for that, because I said, it's not an episode. I know what an episode feels like. I've had several of them. And typically, the episodes are not just pain. I don't just feel pain. I feel like one of my senses is severely handicapped at that time. And I just don't feel right. So we went to that, and she's like, yeah, I don't think that's an episode. So that was really good for me too. Anyway, she also told me that I cannot, I don't know how to say this, but when I walk on the treadmill, I've been trying to keep my hands off the handlebars because I want to work on my balance. And she told me that's not the way to work on it. I also, going to physical therapy and seeing how they're doing helping other people. They were walking like always on the treadmill, which they were walking backwards. They were walking side to side, and I wanted to try that to help me get better with my walking. And she's like, I don't recommend that. And I'm like, well, why not? Why wouldn't you recommend me trying to get better? And she's like, well, one, I have seen a lot of like tragic falls on the treadmill, and I don't want you to be one of them. And I certainly appreciate that. However, I want to get better. So I'm going to try it, but I'm going to try it very cautiously. So we're going to try it without the treadmill. I'm going to be walking backwards in my basement, and I'll maybe like do the slowest speed I can because, yeah, anyway. And she told me I can't not walk with a handlebar because, again, that ties me to the time and place. And I have to have at least one hand on the handlebars. And my mom was totally excited about that. I was not. So anyway, just some fun tips, whatever you want to say about it, but I'm going strong. We'll see you later.